what's up everyone? It's Jess. Welcome back to my backyard garden for another garden video. Today, fall cleanup is going to be continuing. I have some plants that I want to go ahead and remove, some things I'm going to be planting as well, and then some things to start tidying up to get ready for next season. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to be working this evening in my backyard shade garden. You guys just saw in my previous video that I dug out a large pufferfish hydrangea that I had planted right here in this space. It was just too big for the area, you guys. It was a gorgeous hydrangea. I love pufferfish hydrangeas, but it was not the right plant for this area. So I dug that out, transplanted at a family friend's house, and fingers crossed, it loves its life there. I also have been mentioning to you guys over the years that I do not love my two lemony laced elderberries that I have planted on either side of my Japanese maple here. So that is what we are going to be digging out today. I did purchase two plants to replace them with. And I'm still kind of deciding if I want to plant them to replace those. But let me show you guys what I'm thinking. So here they are. I have two Firelight tidbits that I picked up from my local farmer's market. They look so full and healthy still, y'all. This is the end of October that I'm filming this video. Today is October 25th. And look, they're still putting out fresh buds. So I'm assuming that these came from somebody's greenhouse, which is totally fine. I'm thinking that these will be perfect to replace the two lemony laced elderberries. These only get 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. They take sun to part shade, hardy zones 3 through 8, and they still provide that gorgeous white panicle bloom that we all love. And they color up to a pretty pink in the fall season. So I'm thinking these, or let me show y'all the other option. This gorgeous beauty right here. Y'all know how I feel about this plant, and I've been thinking about dividing it for the past several years. This year, I'm ready to do it, you guys, and I'm not sure if I'm in the mood to divide today, but y'all, look at its base. It's definitely ready to be split, and I think it would be a really unique specimen to put in the back corner. I just don't know if I feel like dividing, so this is the other option. So yeah, y'all, I'm not sure. I really can't decide. I've been going back and forth all week deciding if I want to plant a hydrangea or those two lilies. Now that I'm looking at y'all, I think I would prefer to do the lilies. So the hydrangeas might go somewhere else, but let's go ahead and get the lemon lace elderberries dug out for now, and then we'll figure out placement. So I do have a gigantic weed growing right up through the center of this plant. I'm going to go ahead and pull that, start cutting it back, and then we'll dig it out of the ground. Boy, y'all, I feel so much better already just having those two shrubs removed. It really opened up the space, and hopefully now my blue star juniper over here on the right can start to recover. It was really starting to brown just because the pufferfish was completely shrouding it out. So I'm hoping it'll rebound. But let's go ahead and dig out the other lemony lace elderberry back there behind my bench. All right, y'all, pufferfish and both lemony laced elderberries have been removed, and now I have a blank slate to work with. If you guys can see down here, I have quite a bit of space left to tuck something down here just because I have low growing perennials. I have a few hostas that I did go ahead and just cut back their bloom stalks. I'll give them a couple more weeks. Once we get a nice frost, I will come in and clean up around those. I have a hinoki cypress down here that is going to take years to get some size. So I don't know, y'all. I could either do the hydrangea or I could do the lilies. I think both would be gorgeous. However, I have to keep in mind winter interest. So if I step back, stepping back, here is my view. And I need you guys to use your imagination with me for my winter interest as well as during the summertime. Okay, we're mid-fall, so things look a little bit off. But for future planning, this is my view. I'm standing dead center, lined up with my focal point, which is my gorgeous Inaba Shadar Japanese maple. In the wintertime, she's going to drop all of her leaves, you guys. So I like to give her a haircut in the spring. So I will come in and lift up her canopy early spring when she starts to bud up. But just imagine her completely bare. All of the hostas underneath her will also die back down to the ground. So in the wintertime, my evergreen interest is all that I have. So I have 2 Gyrocaros on either side, capping off my diagonal wall of the 5 emerald green arborvitaes in the back. So I could do hydrangea planted in this circle here and hydrangea over here. And I still would have room to come in with something lower growing, like a middle layer before you hit my heucheras down here. That's option A. Option B is to come in with 2 big clumps of my giant lilies. And either way, yes, I know for winter interest, the hydrangeas will be bare, the lilies will be under the ground. But in the summertime, y'all, if I have those gorgeous pink blooms or those big, bold white cups that the lilies bloom, I think both options are so unique, y'all. I don't know. I'm so torn. The other plan B, is over here in front of my arborvitae wall. I was also considering planting my lily clumps in front of those as like a middle layer before you hit my hydrangeas. You guys, I'm so torn. This is such a hard decision. Yes, I know. Y'all know I'm a queen of transplanting and moving things, but I really want to try and get this right the first time, okay? Well, technically the second time. But anywho, I'm going to think on it for just a few minutes and I'll be back with my decision. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So I thought about it. I took a picture of the area and I mock drew in hydrangeas in the area. I also mock drew in lilies. And the winner is... we're planting hydrangeas today. So let's go ahead and get them placed, get them in the ground, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in the end. Ooh, y'all, I think she's gonna look so pretty in that spot. Okay, let's do the other one. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, I think she looks so cute there, you guys. So I'm hoping she will grow all of her 3 feet size to fill in this space here. And then I still have room to come in with something else right down here in front. Let's go ahead and get the other one planted. The second hydrangea is all planted and I think it's going to fill in this space so pretty. While I was planting that, y'all, I did go ahead and place one of the evergreens that I purchased earlier this season off of clearance. I'm not sure of the name. I want to say it's a soft serve. Camacypris, I'm not sure, but I'm going to go ahead and place this here temporarily just to get it through the season. I really feel like this area is missing some yellow. Y'all know I like to do my reds, my greens, my blues, and my yellows for every little corner. This is lacking some yellow interest. So I'm going to go ahead and plant this in the spot where I had my pufferfish. Think about it. It's going to take years for it to get some size. So we'll see how large the hydrangea grows, and then we'll think on the yellow interest. But for now, it's going in this hole. All right, the 2 firelight tidbits are planted. I think they're going to fill in the space nicely. Not sure if I'm loving this yellow here, but it'll make it through the season here, and then we can decide in the spring. But let's move on to the next planting project. All right, y'all, so this is now what I like to call rainbow row. I know you guys are probably like, what is going on with the edging situation? So let me give you guys an update. If you guys will remember early, I want to say March, possibly maybe even April of this year, I had a large pallet of pavers delivered. They have literally been sitting in my driveway all summer long, and my HOA was like, you need to move them. So went ahead and temporarily laid out the edging of all of my beds. This is not the actual edging I'm going to be using. These are actually the pavers I'll be using to create my pathway here. So now you guys can kind of visualize this will be the pathway when you enter into the garden. I also kind of wanted to create a path straight to my shed. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that. Also, keep in mind, this hydrangea here is going to be relocating to the other side of my yard next spring on the fence line. So that will not be here. So I'll be able to move the path over just a little bit. The tetragona is in its permanent location. It is starting to turn yellow. This is what it does for the winter. It'll green back up in the springtime. But that is kind of my vision, you guys. I'm not really in love with this shape here, so this might be tweaked just a little bit, but just wanted to give you guys an update on why I have all these random bricks laid out around my property. They are not level. I didn't try to make them straight. I just wanted to get them out of my driveway so I didn't get fined. Okay. So that's the situation with the pavers. With that in mind, I do want to eventually have a nice curve pathway leading up to the steps of what will be the entryway to my shed. So this probably will be coming out, and what I want to work on planting next is right here. This is a gorgeous bush, you guys. I know it looks like sticks right now, but this is a fothergilla. It is called Blue Shadow. If you all remember my pond country tour video earlier this summer, I saw a gorgeous icy blue bush, and I was like, I need that. What is it? I want it. So I went on a super hunt. I finally found this, I think at Guilford Garden Center. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember, you guys. But anywho, finally got my hands on it. It is in bloom right now. Let me give you guys a close-up. So here are what the blooms look like. They are a cute, fuzzy little bloom. I think it's so cute. And then the leaves are a gorgeous icy blue, like literally the same color as my blue Atlas cedar right beside it. The fall color on this, y'all, I will insert a picture because I went to Pond Country today just to take a picture and see what it looks like for fall. Amazing, stunning fall color. So I'm so excited to get this one planted. All of the plants that you see from like basically this side of the pathway back, all of them will be reconfiguring except for the Atlas and my redbud here, which is starting to drop its leaves for fall. So with that in mind, the moonglow juniper in the back was planted temporarily. I got it on clearance last year, popped it in the ground just so it could survive. It's doing great. It is leaning, so that one needs to find a permanent home. I also have 2 blue star junipers that I got on clearance last year. Those need to also relocate. So with that in mind, a blank slate, I was thinking about tucking this bush right in the back where I have the moonglow juniper. That's option A. Y'all know I got to give you options. Option B is stepping back, because y'all know, or if you don't know or are new to my channel and have not been following along, this bed is what I call rainbow row. So everything is planted in rainbow order. I have all my pinks and reds over here, orange and yellows, yellow, greenish, blue, and purple. So I want to continue that. However, this little island section here is messing with my thought process. So I think it would help if I didn't have the hydrangea here. The hydrangea is stunning, by the way. This is a little lime punch. I love the color, y'all. This one does not brown for me. I am down here in North Carolina zone 8A. It takes the heat. It doesn't flop. It also does not brown. So I love that hydrangea, but that one will be coming out. So the other option B, let me stop rambling because I'm running out of daylight. I really want to have a nice curved pathway leading to what will soon be 2 steps entering into my shed. So this probably will be, like, the bed will be a little bit wider. This line of bricks, ignore that. That's not going to be there. So I really thought it would be cute to put the bush right here on the corner in front of my weeping blue spruce. I'm going to place it there, visualize, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, so I thought about it. I also looked up the specs. So this one can get anywhere from 4 to 6 feet tall and wide, which it's a very slow growing shrub. So I'm thinking where I have it placed would be perfect. Let's go ahead and get it in the ground.
Trees are dancing while the spring's still here. They don't make haste cause they know what's coming. We try to wash away our broken years, but it's so hard in the cold summer.
All right, y'all, fothergilla is planted and I think it's going to look so stunning. It is really close to my little spruce here, but I kind of want things to grow together eventually. And again, this is a very slow growing shrub, so I'm excited to see how it looks in the springtime. Last but not least, today I want to go ahead and cut back my 2 crazy looking trees here. Let me show y'all. Look at my flamingo dapple willows. They have put on so much growth, so I'm going to go ahead and trim these back. Less work for me to do in the springtime. Much better. Let's do the other one. That feels so much better. Now we can go in the winter without worrying about any limbs breaking on the tree. Okay, you guys, so I just took a break to go ahead and water everything on the other side of the garden facing me, as well as the fothergilla I just planted. But I think I have just enough daylight to go ahead and finish one more planting project today. I have these 3 spireas that have been waiting to get into the ground since, I want to say, May, you guys. So it is time. And I have my Martha Stewart urn placed right back here. I'm not sure if that's going to be its permanent location, but I have a shrub in mind that I want to go ahead and get planted into that today. And then also we're going to plant the big bangs right around the back in front of my abelias here. So as I mentioned previously, everything in this bed is going to be relocating except for my 3 azaleas that I have planted in the back. Those bloom humongous blooms of orange in the springtime, so I want to leave those. This is my orange yellow section. We're doing rainbow row, remember? So I'm thinking I want the shrubs to go maybe right in front of those. These have a pretty, like, rainbow almost colored color to them in the spring. Keep in mind, everything else planted around here will be moving in the spring, so ignore my little grasses here. I'm also going to be pulling out my 2 little Asiatic lilies. Those bloom orange as well, but I think I'm over them, y'all. They don't really give me a show. So those are going to come out. And I also have a plant in mind that I want to put in this urn. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the urn here But for now, to get these plants through the winter, y'all, because we're running out of warm temps, I'm trying to get everything planted, and then we can configure everything in the spring. So let's go ahead and get them laid out, get them in the ground, and I'll give you guys a tour of everything we accomplished today. I think I like their placement. The urn is blocking it just a little bit, but let me talk you guys through. So right here where you see this pile of like leaves, that is actually a peony that is going to bloom red earlier next spring. So I want to keep that in mind, but I have a trio planted or placed here. I'm thinking it's going to be really, really pretty to surround this urn. Let's go ahead and get them in the ground. Ugh, my arch nemesis, a grub, going in the trash. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and plant up my urn. All right, y'all, so the sun is just about to set, but really quickly, I'm going to walk you through everything we got done today. So I did go ahead and plant both of my hydrangeas here. Again, these are Firelight Tidbits. And I also popped in this soft serve false cypret, I believe is what this is. Y'all, I know you can't really tell on camera, but it's a whole lot darker here than it is appearing on camera. And this foliage is just shining so brightly. I am loving this here, actually. So I will research and make sure that that is actually what this plant is, but I'm really happy with the two placement of the hydrangeas back here in the back. I also cut back both of my dappled willows here. I know trash looks crazy. We'll get everything all cleaned up. I just want to make sure I got plants in the ground today. That was the mission. Also over here, we popped in my gorgeous fothergilla. Again, this one is called Blue Shadow. I think this is going to fill in this corner. So gorgeous. I cannot wait to see this one put on some size and flush back out in the spring. And then over here by my entry, I did do a planting around my urn here. In the back, I have a cute little trio planted. These are 3 spirea called Big Bang. I cannot wait to see these flush out with their spring color. And then last but not least, spur of the moment, I decided to go ahead and plant up this urn. This is a gorgeous golden hinoki false cypress. It is called Kreatyve. Here's a look at the tag here. I got this one from A&A Plants, like, I want to say back in June, and it has been waiting all season long to find a home. This one is a very slow grower, but I think it's going to fill in this urn really, really nicely just as a centerpiece. And then in the springtime, I can come in with some pretty annuals to tuck in around the base. So I am so loving how this whole backyard transformation is starting to come together. Like, do y'all remember years ago when this was all just grass? Like, I had nothing here. It is crazy. So anywho, that is going to wrap up tonight's planting projects. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I feel like I got a lot accomplished in an hour and a half. So kudos to me. You guys stay tuned. Tomorrow I will be back out in the garden and we are going to be working on cleaning up and reconfiguring some plants right back here in my bay window bed. So I'm going to head in, take a shower, eat some dinner, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.